Hello beautiful souls, Kim Crystal here and welcome to today's storytime video. Grab yourself a tea, a coffee or anything you would like because we are going to be spilling the tea on a little bit of a mess up we had with the dentist. So it all began 2 weeks ago. I was feeling that my jaw was kind of hurting and I wondered what was wrong. I could feel that I couldn't open my jaw as much and I just knew instinctively something wasn't quite right with my mouth. So I went to the emergency dental clinic and they did an x-ray and they were like, oh, your wisdom teeth are impacted, which basically means that normal teeth are meant to come out like this, like just next to each other, and then it will come down. But an impacted wisdom tooth kind of comes out at an angle, so it will either press against the tooth that's already erupted or like against the bone. And it just struggles to get out, and that can cause like inflammation and infection around the teeth. So what happened was my top right wisdom tooth had been pushing on the root of my molar and it was actually causing pain and inflammation around. So they were like, okay, we suggest you go and get your wisdom teeth out. Immediately I knew when they said it's time to get your wisdom teeth pulled out, I was like, oh no, because my friends that have had their wisdom teeth pulled out said that it was very painful for them and they were exceptionally swollen. So that kind of made me panic because I was like, I need to record videos for next week and I'm going to be very swollen. Not just that, I'm also really unwell at the moment and I have got gut problems, which I will discuss in a separate video. And I know that when you usually have a surgery of any kind, you need antibiotics after. Antibiotics really messes up the gut bacteria, so that can cause more gut problems, and I was already concerned about my stomach. I really didn't want to do the surgery, but it came to a point where I was in so much pain, my head was just throbbing with this constant migraine because of the wisdom teeth. So my mum and I decided to do research onto what dental surgeon in Sydney is very well known and has a good reference and got really good reviews, and we found one. And we got an appointment probably a week after we called, which is super lucky because sometimes you have to wait. Now because I was in a lot of pain, they said, no, it's fine, you can come in a week, we've got a cancellation appointment that you can be slotted into. So I was like, yes, awesome, that is amazing, I'm coming in. They're like, just make sure you don't eat 6 hours before. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna be so hungry. But 6 hours isn't that long. I had a midday appointment, so that just meant I missed breakfast and lunch. I was going under general anesthetic, so kind of like in a twilight sleep. I got in the dental chair, I sat down, then the dentist came in, explained to me what was happening. They said, we're going to remove 3 of your wisdom teeth because 3 of them are impacted. Your top right and your 2 bottom wisdom teeth. Now I was like, okay, this sounds fine, there's only 3 that needs to be taken out, it's not going to be as bad as getting all 4 out. After he explained what was happening, the anaesthetist came in the room. He put the catheter in one of the veins at the top and he said, okay, do you have any questions? And I said, no, it's fine, I understand the procedure, I've been under anesthesia before. And he says, you're just going to feel very lightheaded and you're still going to be able to speak to us, but you shouldn't have any memory of the procedure. I said, yes, that's fine, I understand. When he started injecting me, I started feeling very lightheaded, very dizzy, but very relaxed at the same time, and then I fell asleep. During the time of the surgery, I was still conscious, but not aware of what was going on, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like you're dreaming. It's like when you wake up from a dream, you remember some of your dream, but it's you missing bits and pieces. And I said to him, during the procedure, and I remember this, I was like, ow, more anesthetic because I could feel what was going on, and then the anaesthetist came over and gave me more. And after that, I woke up when the surgery was finished. My mum walked in the room because she had to leave before, and she said to the dentist, are you sure you got out the right wisdom teeth? And he was like, oh yeah, we just got pulled out the 2 front teeth. And she was like blank faced, and and then he was like, no, I'm joking. And we were like, okay, that's fine, funny, haha. I was pretty out of it at this point. So the dentist lounge, so the surgery lounge is up in a tall building, and then you have to catch an elevator down, and then we popped across the street like this. My parents walked me across the street, and as I was getting in the car, I could kind of feel that the left side was more sore than my right side, and I was like, Dad, can you get my wisdom teeth? Now, I don't know if you take your wisdom teeth home or you leave it at the dentist, completely up to you, I guess. But I wanted to take my wisdom teeth home in this moment because I was very sedated and I wasn't really myself. So I was like, I want my wisdom teeth. Dad was like, okay. And he ended up going back across the street and going up to the building to the surgery lounge, and he got my wisdom teeth and came back. When I was sitting in the car while we were driving home, I looked at my wisdom teeth and I was like, he didn't get the right teeth. He didn't get the right teeth. And I was still very sedated and drugged up at this point, so I wasn't really myself. And for that night, I just slept. I was completely asleep. I was in quite a bit of pain, but I took the painkillers and that knocked me out. It made me so sleepy. The next day, I was in a lot of pain, but I wasn't very swollen. What I started noticing then was my top right side wasn't really swollen at all, when you'd think if they took out the top and bottom one it would be really swollen. I was like, Mum, I think they took out the wrong wisdom tooth. And she's like, you think so? And I'm like, I think they took out the top left one because I can feel like a hole in stitches on the top side. And she was like, that's very strange. He's a very good doctor. He does know what he's doing. And I'm like, I'm not saying he's not a good doctor. I do believe that he's a great doctor and everything. But I think he might have gotten confused. And she's like, yeah, but we made a joke when he left that he took out the wrong teeth. And she was just laughing with him. And I was like, no, but Mum, I really think they took the wrong teeth. So I pulled up the x-rays on the email that we had gotten from the dental clinic. I ended up asking my mum to call the clinic to ask him which teeth he had removed, because I couldn't speak properly at this point because I was like a chipmunk swollen up. And she was like, sure, I'll call the clinic and ask them which teeth they took out. So she's on the phone to them and they say, yes, we took out the top left. And I was like, oh my gosh, they took out the wrong wisdom teeth. And they were supposed to take out the top right and the 2 bottom ones. So they had taken out the top left that did not need to be extracted. If you look at this photo, the top left had come out on its own. It wasn't impacted, it wasn't causing any problems. You could take it out, you could leave it, it doesn't matter, but we were just choosing to leave it because it was cheaper. Then the dentist says, oh, we are so sorry, we took out the wrong wisdom tooth. And I was like, okay. He's like, you're gonna have to come back in to remove the top right one. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me, because that means another week off of work, another week that I'm in recovery. And I was really concerned about taking antibiotics again because of my gut problems. Anyway, fast forward, a week goes by and I have to go into the clinic to get my last wisdom tooth taken out. Same thing happens again. Dentist comes in the room, explains what's happening. The anaesthetist comes in, gives me the sedative, takes out the tooth. And everything was fine after that point, but it really made me super concerned because the more I hear about doctors making these errors, like I've heard of doctors that have performed the wrong surgery on the incorrect organ, and it's just, I was so shocked because either the doctor was super distracted and took out the wrong wisdom tooth, or he was in a rush and he was being lazy, or he got his lefts and rights mixed up. And if you're a doctor, I don't know, that really shouldn't be happening. But I'm okay. I just meant my recovery time was much longer and I had to go through 2 surgeries, which I would have liked to just get it out in one go. But yeah, the x-rays clearly show which teeth he was meant to pull out, so I don't know what happened there, but I'm so shocked by what happened that I just had to tell you, because that's where I've been. If you guys have been wondering, I've been in wisdom tooth recovery, but I'm fine. I'm gonna share a different video on my other gut problems, and yeah, I think that's all I have exactly to share for today. I hope you guys followed along with my story. Tell me if you've had similar experiences with doctors that have done the wrong thing or gotten lefts and rights mixed up. It was just, I just can't believe it happened because it's such a simple procedure. Anyway, I love you guys lots. I will see you in the next video. Bye.